6:30.
Ready? Okay.
Let's go.
Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order for City Council Monday, July 24. We're not going to have an invocation today, so let's all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
All right. Councilmember Lloyd,
Here.
Flynn,
Here.
Anderson,
Here.
Wozniak,
Here.
Fowler.
Here.
Ryan Barr is excused, and the mayor is on vacation.
We didn't have any citizens sign up to speak tonight. There's a sign-up sheet in the back. If anyone would like to speak, let me know. Next order of business would be approval of the minutes from June 26, 2017.
You will need a roll call vote.
Okay. Could I have a roll call for that?
Wait a minute, you need a motion
Oh.
to approve
I make a motion to approve.
both sets of minutes,
Second.
No, this is June 26.
just for June 26th? Okay, all right.
Okay.
Roll call vote.
All right. Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Flynn,
Yes.
Lloyd,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
Wozniak.
Yes.
Carried.
All right, that was on June 26th. Now you need to,
July 6th.
Yeah, I'd like a motion to approve the minutes of this special meeting, which occurred on July 6, 2017.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Okay. Councilmember Anderson,
yes.
Wozniak,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
Lloyd,
Yes.
Flynn,
Yes.
carried.
Next order of business is the monthly financial report. There are financials for the 1 month and also for the year-to-date through June 30, 2017. There's copies in the back of the room if anyone would like them. I'd like to go just over a few highlights. First is our cash investments and security deposits. As of June 30, a year ago, it was $7,250,000. And as of June 30, 2017, it's $7,376,000. So our financial situation as far as the reserves is very, very good at this time. As far as the fund summary, I'd like to focus, on the general fund on the year-to-date through June 30. The budget was for $6.7 million, and at this point, we are showing $6,360,000. So that's a little bit below. That's $357,000 below. The sales tax for June, we expected to hit today or tomorrow, and it hasn't hit yet. So that's part of the shortfall. And based on the first 5 months, it's been averaging $120,000 a month. So a big part of that shortfall would be made up for when we get the sales tax number, which will probably be tomorrow. On the general fund expenditures, we had a budget of $7,075,000, and our actual expenditures are $6,580,000. So we're actually almost $500,000 to the good on the expenditures. So the totals, revenue minus expenditures, are $137,000 better than budget at this time, and without having the sales tax in yet. So it looks like we're in very good shape on the general fund financially. The other fund summary is for the street fund. The budget was $1,687,000 revenues, and we have $1,512,000, so a little bit short there. Our expenditures were budgeted at $1,765,000, and at present, they're only $1,300,000. So on the street fund, we're ahead of budget by about $290,000. So our financial situation through June 30 looks very strong, and we're very pleased with our present position. Next matter on the agenda is a presentation about Ozark Regional Transit update, and it's by Jeff Hatley of Ozark Regional Transit.
Push the switch all the way up.
Is that on? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the council. My name is Jeff Hatley. I'm the Public Information Officer for Ozark Regional Transit, and I just wanted to give you an update on public transportation in the Bella Vista area and the region-wide area as well. Is everybody getting a report like this that wants to get it? I send these out once a month, and if you'd like to be on the list that gets this, Mr. Jertson's got my business card, and I can certainly put you on the list to get this. We've got a couple additions on this, some graphs. This right here shows the ridership from all the way back in January 2013. As you can see, we had a large dip back in January of this year. That's due to our fire, which destroyed 80% of our fixed route fleet. We are slowly recovering from that. A lot of transit systems across the nation have let us lease buses, have actually given us buses. Razorback Transit down in Fayetteville gave us 2 buses. And so we're getting by with borrowed vehicles, and the insurance proceeds have come in, and I was telling Mr. Anderson, our insurance paid, but the insurance we had was only 30% of replacement value. So the plan is to use those as matching funds for federal grants and hopefully get some vehicles in our own name coming up. Something a lot of people don't think about is also destroyed the bicycle racks, the Wi-Fi systems, the GPS tracking, the fare boxes, the radios to talk back and forth to dispatch and bus to bus. So it's going to be a while before we're 100% back on the buses, but we do have all routes going at this point. But due to all that, year to date, our ridership overall is down 17%. Right after the fire and the coming months, we were almost 30% down, so we're slowly climbing back out. But our ridership for the year is going to be significantly down due to that fire. We've got a couple programs going on this year. This is the 10th annual year that we've offered kids ride free on our fixed route systems during the summer from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and that's going well. We've also initiated a new policy in which veterans with a government-issued ID showing that they're a veteran, it could be a military ID or a VA administration line item on their driver's license, anything showing their veteran status, they ride our fixed route for free. And we're starting to keep up with the numbers on that. As many as 360 veterans per week are now using that free fare system on our fixed routes, mostly on Route 4, which is services the VA down in Fayetteville. We are in the process of acquiring additional buses to be used in rural areas of Washington County, Benton County, and Carroll County. So that obviously includes Bella Vista. Let's see. One of the first things we're trying to replace from the fire is the radio system, because that's been our biggest hardship, is being able for buses to talk back and forth. So we're in the process. We've tested some equipment, and we're going through the bidding process right now. I mentioned kids ride free in the summer. We've had 1,856 kids ride free so far this summer, and we've had 1,625 veterans ride since we started that in early June. In Bella Vista, what we have is the demand response system, and unfortunately that ridership is down significantly. Year to date, 2016, we had 36 riders initiating their trips from Bella Vista, and as of end of June this year, we've only had 14. A lot of that has been lack of availability of vehicles, obviously, in the early months of this year. And like I said, with the reports, another thing we're doing is tracking the veterans' writing, so we'll have a graph on that too. And with that, I will just leave it open to any comments, questions, or concerns.
How are you letting people know in Bella Vista that you're even available?
The one thing I do to market Bella Vista is I'm part of the Benton County SALT program, which stands for Seniors and Law Enforcement Together. And we have a big safety academy coming up in October. And last year I brought a bus, a CNG bus. Can you hear me? CNG bus up here, and we also have a booth, and I also spoke. So that's about the only marketing I do up there. Bella Vista is a little bit hard to get in and let people know. I offer to speak, but I don't really know exactly what groups to get in with to market. We're part of the Bentonville Bella Vista Chamber of Commerce, and like I say, I do that with SALT, but that's about it. I'm certainly open to suggestions. All right.
TV station's right here.
TV station? Let's get a PSA going. Okay. Okay, great, wonderful. Okay,
There's an insert that the water bills have that are paid ads, I'm sure, but you could, I mean, I don't know what your budget is, but you could probably put something in everybody's water bill in Bella Vista.
going forward, can do that. Right now, I've got zero budget. We've got a lot of unexpected costs, as one can imagine, getting buses here from all over the country, so.
There's also a POA weekly email that goes out to
Really, I did not know that.
people who sign up on that, so that's another avenue.
Okay.
That would be easy to do.
Okay, great.
I just don't know who the person is in the POA to contact. but
She could help.
I can-
Okay, I'll leave business cards all around. All right, well, thank you. All right.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Jeff. That was very helpful, and I appreciate the discussion afterwards. Okay, next item on the agenda, I'd like to have a motion to suspend the rules and to read all proposed ordinances and resolutions on the agenda by title only.
So move.
Second.
Roll call vote.
All right. Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Flynn,
Yes.
Lloyd,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
Wozniak,
Yes.
carried.
First matter on the agenda is an ordinance authorizing borrowing of an amount not to exceed $464,346 pursuant to Arkansas Constitutional Amendment 78 for the financing of the purchase of a new Pierce Class A custom pumper fire truck by issuance of a promissory note or other agreement, providing for security for the repayment of the promissory note or other agreement, providing for the payment of the principal of in interest on the note or other agreement, declaring an emergency, and for other purposes. And I might note there's a request to move this to third and final reading. But first, is there any discussion? I know we went over this pretty thoroughly at the work session last week.
So you can entertain a motion to suspend the rules and go to third.
Yeah, I make a motion, we move to third and final.
Suspend the rules.
Suspend the rules, move to third and final.
Second.
Roll call vote.
All right. Councilmember Lloyd,
Yes.
Flynn,
Yes.
Wozniak,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
carried.
Now we need to read that title one more time.
Okay, I'll read the title again. An ordinance authorizing borrowing of an amount not to exceed $464,346 pursuant to Arkansas Constitutional Amendment 78 for the financing of the purchase of a new Pierce Class A custom pumper fire truck by issuance of a promissory note or other agreement providing for security for the repayment of the promissory note or other agreement, providing for the payment of the principal of and interest on the note or other agreement, declaring an emergency, and for other purposes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Further discussion?
Any further discussion?
So this is just about whether, to approve the financing or not. This is a discussion about who is going to finance the note for us? Or is that?
That's in the ordinance.
Okay, so we're going to go, Regions is the final decision who we're going to go with. Okay.
Ready for a roll call?
Any more discussion?
No.
Okay, roll call vote.
Okay. Councilmember Fowler?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Wozniak?
Yes.
Flynn?
Yes.
Lloyd?
Yes.
Carried, 5-0.
Okay, you need to entertain a motion to approve the emergency clause.
Okay. As you may note, there was also an emergency clause. The point of this, of course, is so we wouldn't have the waiting period and it could be implemented more quickly. Is there a motion to approve the emergency clause?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Okay. Councilmember Lloyd?
Yes.
Flynn?
Yes.
Wozniak?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Carried, 5-0.
Thank you. The next matter is a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a contract with Pierce Manufacturing, Inc. through the Houston Galveston Area Council, HGAC, Cooperative Purchasing Program in an amount not to exceed $464,346 for the purchase of a Pierce Class A custom pumper fire truck for use by the fire department and amending the 2017 city budget. Is there any discussion?
I had one question. Part of this money is to purchase insurance. Is that taken care of in this resolution or the one prior?
You're asking me?
Whoever can answer.
There's no, this is to purchase the truck. The company is going to provide a bond as part of the cost, is my understanding. But that specific question will have to be directed to the finance director.
That's not the way it was discussed at the
There's not a
work
separate
session.
insurance agreement.
There's not, huh?
No.
Yeah, I think what happened is they had a price for the truck, then they had a discount for paying up front, and the discount was around $22,000, and then the cost of the bond was something in the area of $2,000 and some, so they actually subtracted that out, and that's how they got to the $464,346 number. So it's about
Subtracted what out?
22, the 22,000 discount was offset by the 2,000 and some for the bond. So the net price was about $20,000 less than it would have been.
Okay.
But that was a good question.
Yeah, as far as the purchase of the fire truck goes, just so, the residents, and I may not cover every single point, but the purpose of this is because the truck that's operating out of Station 3 right now, it's a 2005 model, and it's presently owned by the county. We are responsible for paying the insurance on that truck and also for any upkeep, repairs, so on and so forth. And so far, year to date, from what I understand, we spent about $30,000 maintaining that truck, and it's probably going to be an ongoing expense. And it just doesn't have the capability that the newer trucks have today. I went out to the station and just talked to the two gentlemen that were manning it today, and they said too that it's just as far as like driving it around Bella Vista and getting up the hills around here, it can only pull about 20 miles per hour up some, so it's slow. It doesn't really, have the power that it needs to have. And there were some other things also, but it's just time to replace it. And also, since it's owned by the county, they can actually take that truck any time that they may so desire. It may not happen, but it possibly could happen, and that would leave us a truck short. And we do have one other truck in reserve, but it's actually 2 years older than this one. So It's really, I think, a necessary upgrade for the city fire department, and particularly for station number 3. I think the residents will really be pleased out there that they have this truck. I went over to station number 4, and they actually have one. It isn't manufactured by Pierce. Apologize, I can't remember who manufactured it, but basically the truck we'll be getting is relatively identical to the one at fire station number 4, and it's an absolutely beautiful truck. As a matter of fact, while I was there, they got an emergency call, and was just there for a few minutes, and the guy had to jump in it and take off. But it's an impressive truck. I think the residents will really be pleased, particularly out in the Highlands, that we're going to make acquisition of this vehicle. So that's just kind of a brief overview of why it's necessary for us to move forward and purchase the truck. And obviously, we do have the funds to do it. So it's not a difficult decision.
Okay, thank you for that. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Okay, roll call vote.
Okay. Councilmember Lloyd,
Yes.
Wozniak,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Flynn,
Yes.
carried.
Okay, thank you. The next matter is a resolution awarding bid and authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a 3-year contract with Emergency Vehicle Specialists, EVS, in the amount of $50,588 for calendar year 2017 for the purchase of fire department bunker gear, protective firefighting clothing, in parentheses. This was put out for bid, and this was the best bid, and it was also below what had been put in the budget for this matter. Is there any further discussion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? Okay, roll call vote.
Okay. Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
Wozniak,
Yes.
Flynn,
Yes.
Lloyd,
Yes.
carried 5-0.
Okay. The next matter is a resolution amending the 2017 city budget to authorize expenditure of library donation funds totaling $3,834. You'll probably recall from the work session that these were donations the library has had, and they were spending some of them on the teen youth section and some of them on upgrading electronic type media. Any more discussion about that?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, any more discussion? Roll call vote.
All right. Councilmember Wozniak,
Yes.
Flynn,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Lloyd,
Yes.
carried 5-0.
Okay, thank you. Next matter is a resolution amending the 2017 city budget to recognize and accept a grant revenue in the amount of $3,500 from the state of Arkansas for police department uniforms. Any discussion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Okay. Councilmember Lloyd,
Yes.
Flynn,
Yes.
Wozniak,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
carried 5-0.
Next matter is a resolution appointing commissioners to the Bella Vista Advertising and Promotion Commission, approving a mayoral appointment to the commission and for other purposes. And if you'll recall from the work session, the industry positions are Dan Lombard, Ben Beisenthal, Richard Syker, Tom Judson. And the at-large position is Paula Sanders, and the 2 council members are Brian Barr and Doug Fowler. And this would be for our first commission on the Advertising and Promotion Commission. Any discussion?
No discussion. I'll just want to add that the commission is scheduled to convene and have its first meeting October the 14th. I'm sorry, August the 14th. Apologize. And we're actually, I believe, just so people will know, are not scheduled to begin collection of the AMP tax until September. So there are certainly no decisions being made what we'll do with money that will be collected at this particular point. This will just be an organizational meeting and, just to kind of sit down and talk through things and see what direction we think we need to take. So,
Okay, thank you.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Any further discussion? Okay, roll call vote.
Okay. Councilmember Lloyd,
Yes.
Flynn,
Yes.
Wozniak,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Fowler,
yes.
carried 5-0.
Unless someone has something further, that concludes our business. I would like to list the future meetings and announcements. The next city council work session will be August 21, 2017, 5:30 p.m. in City Hall Conference Room. The next regular meeting of city council is Monday, August 28, 2017, 6:30 p.m. in the Bella Vista American Legion Hall. Planning Commission work session is Thursday, August 3 at 4:30 p.m. at City Hall Conference Room. Planning Commission regular meeting is August 14 at 6:30 p.m. in the City Hall Conference Room. And the Board of Zoning Adjustment is going to meet August 15, 2017 at 7 p.m.
I wanted to make one brief announcement. You may have heard a story it was on KNWA on Friday that had to do with our water situation out with Gravette and Centerton. The TV station had reported that there had been a lawsuit filed. There has not been a lawsuit filed. I want to make sure you all know that. That story has been changed from what I can tell on the internet. The matter's still being discussed between Gravette and Centerton, I can tell you that, but there is no lawsuit that's been filed at this point. So I just want to make sure you all knew that in case you had any questions about it.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. Okay, with that, the meeting is hereby adjourned.